Hello everybody, in this video we're going to be talking about some datetime operations which are pretty common in data science or data analytics tasks in with Python actually. Okay, so at first we're going to be start off with just importing our pandas document. Okay, as we always do. Okay, fine, now we are importing our data, which is actually flights data for two different runway. Okay, so here you can see this unnamed column contains time series data, and now we can't do any datetime operations on this time series data because it's not actually converted to datetime data type. Now if you see df.info, you can see that this unnamed column, that is type, it's object, pandas object, so that means it's a string now, so you have to convert it into time series format. So what you can do is just pass here parse dates to true. That is, we're telling pandas that if you have any date time column, then use it or treat it as a time column. So let's see what it turns. Still object. Now it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. Okay, let's do index column is equal 0. That is, we want this column as our index. Let's see. Now you can see it's really in time series format. Div.index. You can see d type, as data type is date time now. So you have to convert it into a index column. But sometimes, always, we don't want our date time column to be our index column, or we maybe don't want it. We want it separately as a time series column. So what we can do for that is we're just showing it by using another data portfolio data df2. Let's say we did everything here, parse dates true, index column is 0, but still it's not in time series data format. Say index df2 dot index, it's still integer format. So pandas gives us pretty quite useful libraries by which we can transform it into datetime data. So what we have to do is df.index is equal, or use any column name, is equal df dot pd dot to datetime, and within this parenthesis what you have to do is you have to pass the column name you want to change. So it's df.index, and here you can pass the format. What do you want? We want at first our year 1926, then month format. So what you have to do is %sign year. Sorry, you have to provide it within comma quotation. So %sign year. You can use this hyphen, maybe you don't know, it's not a problem. Hyphen, and again %sign month. Okay, and if you have any day column, then you can specify another thing is like %sign day. We don't have any day in this data, so just this thing. Okay, now let's see our df.index. See, it's now datetime format, which is pretty useful. You will use this format, I'm pretty sure. I think you'll use it. Okay, now we are going back to our previous data, that is DF, that is flights data. Okay, now what? So there are many things you can do with this datetime column. Now let's see what df dot max. Let's see df dot max. So for this airport, maximum was 35 minimum, and for ORD it was 110. Okay, now if you want the index, or actually date, for that maximum value, you can pass just idx max. See, now this is the date when maximum value or maximum number of passengers occurred. Okay, now you can also see the date name. So what you have to do is dot dt dot what, dt dot day name, day day underscore name. Let's say, so that was, it was Friday, Thursday. Okay, and now if you make this time column to your index, there are many convenience for that, because if you do that, your plotting will be easier, and you can subset your data by time without writing any Boolean indexing explicitly. Like, let's say if you want your data for just 2000, see all the datas that I have from the date year 2000, and you can also pass a range of time like 2000 to 2005. Okay, what year 2005 is out of range, so I mean, I think I don't have 2005. Oh yes, I have. Oh shit, I provided extra 0. Okay, now that's it. Now if you would like to retrieve those years, days, months separately from this dataset, you can do that pretty easily, just like what, df dot index dot year, year, by this thing. Now let's see this. See, now here are all years from this dataset. You can also extract all days, day, day, 11131, and if you pass here time, just time, it will provide you or return you this time extension 23, 22, those things. Okay, now you can add this to our data frame. You can make a new column like df column name day. Okay, now let's inspect our data frame. See, it added a new column to our data frame. This was the first day, day 1, and it is 31st, so 31st. Now you can also transform this whole column to just day names, but okay, let's see how can we do that. We want a column by just day name. Okay, so our new column name will be df day name. Okay, is equal to df dot day dot dt. We have to use this dt accessor because we are using that date time day name method, and day name methods are not available for just a series. So for a series, if you want to access that method, you have to use this dt accessor, dt dot day name. And guess what, it will return you an error because our day column is not a date time column now. It's now just a, I think it's now a integer. So let's see what it returns. Where is it? Oh, what it did. Here it is. See, it's saying can only use .dt accessor with date time like values. So we have to convert that column, day column, to date time. Okay, so now what we'll do is df dot day is equal to pd dot to date time. The same thing we did before. This pd dot to date time, and here we will pass again our column name df dot day and format for. Format is just want day. So percent sign and d. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it worked, I think. df. Yes, it worked. Now you can see day and then Monday, Wednesday, Monday. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, there's another datetime functionality in Pandas called period, and which allows us simple arithmetic operations, just subtraction, addition, that's such things. Okay, what you have to do is df dot index is equal again df dot index dot to period, and here you have to specify which granularity you want. If you want daily data, or you can space D. If you want monthly, that is our finest data. Which one you want here? Year and day, or year and month? Which one? If you do this to period M, then let's see what it returns. Now df. Say now here's only our monthly data, 12. And one advantage of this is you can add some new dates. Now you can just add months, df dot index, what I'm doing, index plus 5. So you can see our first month was 1, and here last one 12 and 1. So if we add 5, see what happens. Now our first month is 6, and here 5, here 6. Pretty useful. And if you pass this to day, oh sorry, it's actually done. So to do that you have to again refresh it. Okay, now if you want to add days, increment the day. Now if you add 5, then our dates will be changed. See, here it is 31st, Okay, now it will be 6, 31st, 5, yes, 5 and 1 is 6. Okay, so that's all about those period type, and now we are going to see some plotting resample moving average. So df dot plot, oops, you can see this is really a very dense data set. Now we want to import our matplotlib. So let's see now. Yes, so this data is very dense. Now we will resample it to make it visually more intuitive, appealing. So df dot resample, it's somewhat like group by method pandas. Df dot resample by what? Daily, monthly, anything you want, and you have to pass a method, otherwise it will not work. So I want daily, what? Daily customers sum, how many total for one day. Df dot sum, okay, daily. Now you can see this is our daily total number of passengers for each of the platform. Fine, now you can plot it also if you would like to. Df dot daily. Now you can say day. Now day dot plot. See, now it's our daily sum. This is lowest value, maybe this one, and this is actually interactive plot. We used notebook, matplotlib notebook, that's why. You can also zoom it. Let's see over here. This data is very dense because we are using daily data. If you do it to weekly, then it will have lesser amounts of noise. See, real less. Cool. So if you don't pass any sum or mean method here, daily, you can mean and then it will not work if you don't pass any mean or sum method. Okay, there's another thing you can do is using aggregate function. You can pass more than one methods at a time. So it's dot aggregate, and within this parenthesis we want list of names. So one is mean, another is, say for example, standard deviation. Okay, min max, I don't want that much. So now let's see our day. Now see, you have weekly data now. So let's see daily data. Now you have daily, mean and standard deviation for each airport, and this one seems to be good, though it contains a high standard deviation, but if it's positively skewed, then good, I think. Okay, now you can plot it. .plot plot. See, very quite useful. Now there's another method is called rolling mean. You can apply on time series data to visualize it more, or see the trends more clearly. So daily data, day dot rolling mean, rolling sum. At first we see our day. I don't want those mean. I just want, let's say, daily sum. Okay. Now let's see our data day. Fine, now we want our rolling mean. So rolling mean does what? If you use rolling mean 2, let's df dot, sorry, day dot rolling, or double line, rolling mean of 2 days. That is, we will use this first two value and compute their mean at first, and we'll have one value for this data, this date. Our first one will be missing. Okay, after that we will use the last one and then forward one and compute their mean again, the last one and forward one. So let's say df.rolling 2.mean mean. See, first one is missing, so we have rolling mean of 2 days. So if you want it for 10 days and plot it, because we're using matplotlib notebook, you have to use plt dot figure. Okay, now you can see, now you can see the trend. Okay, and it's interactive. You can see dates. You can also use what, rolling mean of 25 days, or maybe let's say 40 days. Now our data will be more sharp, more smooth. That's it. So that's all about rolling mean. Now it's time to talk about time delta. Time delta is nothing but just difference of two dates. It's just define difference, or just some arithmetic operations with two date time data. Like you have a data pd dot timestamp sta 3 4 20 10. Okay, another is b is going to pd dot timestamp, so it's 3 2 2010. Now if you remove, subtract a to b, you can say, oh, so it is 3 2 4. Oh shit, it should be within comma quotation. Now let's see, 2 days. So from this to this there are 2 days interval. So now we are going to see that this time delta operation by using a dataset. Fine, so let's see this data. So here we have parsed our these dates, departure date time and arrival time, to time date time data type. This is our departure time, arrival time, and now this is our departure time. And here is our arrival delay and the departure delay. So this is the time when a plane should arrive or supposed to arrive, and this is its delay. So we want actual time of arrival. So for that, what you have to do is time delta calculation. So I am going to create one new column, df flights fl flts flights dot new column is what? New column is our, let's say we just want deal with arrival. So arrival delay time delta, arrival delay delta, TD, time delta, okay, is equal to PD dot to time delta, and within parentheses name of the column arrival delay, and then you have to specify unit, and here I think it's arrival delay, it's in minutes, so we'll use minutes, minute, okay, or you can pass D, just same thing, flights DTD, okay, let's see, yes, it works. Now let's again see our df if flights arrival data fine, you can see if it's 12, 38, 23, and we want to add what arrival data 13, 13, 9. So how can I do that? So now it's if plus that time delta, let's see, yeah, it quite successfully worked. 38 plus 13, 51, 23 plus 13, 36, then 33. Yes, now if you want to increase it or increment it with hours, then here you have to pass here is hour. Okay, so that's how we do time delta using a real-time data set, and you can do many more things learned from Pandas datetime documentation, and here are many things I have skipped, that like time zone, offsets, and so you can also learn those things from documentation if you want to. So that's it for now. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe. Thanks.